Good day. Today I'll be teaching you how to tell time in Spanish so that when someone asks you, what time is it? ¿Qué hora es? ¿Qué hora es? You'd be able to provide an answer. Please bear in mind that we'll only be using the verb ser in its third person singular and plural conjugation, and that is the es as well as the son form. And when it comes to articles, we'll only be using the definite articles. Most of the time we'll be using la, and very seldom are we going to use the article el, and I suppose we'll only be using it in one occasion, and that's when we are going to tell midday. El mediodía. That's midday. El mediodía. But the rest will be using the feminine definite article la. In addition, I'll be giving you the three most common vocabularies in telling time, and those are hours, horas, minutes, minutos, seconds, segundos. Now, when someone asks you, what time is it? ¿Qué hora es? Remember that we'll be using the third person singular or third person plural of the verb ser. It is 1 o'clock. Es la una. It is 2 o'clock. Son las dos. It is 3 o'clock. Son las tres. It is 8 o'clock. Son las ocho. It is 12 o'clock. Son las doce. Take note that we only use the singular form of the verb ser for the number one. Es la una. But for the rest, we are going to use son. Son las ocho, son las doce, son las once, etc. Now, to add minutes to the hours, we will be using the word end or y in Spanish. To say it is 1:10. Es la 1:10. It is 3:40. Son las 3:40. It is 11:29. Son las 11:29. It is 7:55. Son las 7:55. Now, to tell 30 minutes, so example, it is 1:30. We have two ways of saying the same. First is to say es la 1:30. Second is es la 1:30. Now, for example, it is 9:30. You could either say son las 9:30 or son las 9:30. But the latter one, the word with imedia is the most common one. Son las 10:30. Son las 11:30. Instead of son las 11:30. Although both are correct. Now, to tell 15, for example, it is 1:15. We have also two ways of saying the same. The first one, you could say es la 1:15. The other one, you could also say es la 1:15. Son las 2:15 or son las 2:15. Moreover, in Spanish, we could also express time before the hour. For example, 2:50, we could say son las 3:10. Menos 10 because it lacks 10 minutes in order for it to arrive at 3 o'clock. So 2:50 minus 10. Son las 3:10. Another example, 7:45. Son las 8:15. Or you could also say son las 8:15. Either way is correct. Another way of expressing time before an hour in Spanish is you get the minutes and then the whole of the number. For example, 8:50. So it lacks 10 minutes before 9. So 10 para las 9. 10 para las 9. Now, for example, 9:55. So we still need 5 minutes for it to arrive at 10 o'clock. So 5 para las 10. Also, another example, 5:45, for example. So we still need 15 minutes to arrive at 6 o'clock. So 15 para las 6. To distinguish between morning, afternoon, early in the morning, we'll be using de la mañana for morning, de la tarde for afternoon, de la madrugada for early morning. Although de la madrugada is quite seldom used in our day-to-day living. So to say it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, es la una de la tarde. To say it's 10 o'clock in the morning, son las 10 de la mañana. To say it's 4 o'clock in the early morning, son las 4 de la madrugada. Or you can just simply say son las 4 de la mañana. To say it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, son las 3 de la tarde. To say noon or midday in Spanish, that's mediodía. To say midnight in Spanish, that's medianoche. Mediodía is masculine, so el mediodía, and medianoche is feminine, so it's la medianoche. To say it's 2 o'clock sharp, son las 2 en punto. To say it's exactly 5 o'clock, son las 5 exactamente. To say it's about 8 o'clock, es a eso de las 8. Es a eso de las 8. It's about 8 o'clock. It's about 4 o'clock. Es a eso de las 4. The other way of saying about a particular time is by using más o menos. For example, son las 2 más o menos, meaning it's about 2 o'clock or it's more or less 2 o'clock. So, ¿qué hora es? Son las 2 más o menos, meaning you're not sure of the exact time. Since you already know how to respond properly to the question ¿qué hora es?, I'll be teaching you now how to respond to the question at what time. ¿A qué hora? At what time is the party? ¿A qué hora es la fiesta? To respond to this question, at what time, just remove the verb ser and replace it with the word a, equivalent to at. ¿A qué hora es la fiesta? At 1 o'clock. A la una. ¿A qué hora es la fiesta? At 2 o'clock. A las 2. A las 3. A las 4, a las 5, a las 6, a las 7. To add minutes, just follow the same pattern on how to answer the question ¿qué hora es? So, ¿a qué hora es la fiesta? The party is at 2:30, for example. La fiesta es a las 2:30. At 2:30, a las 2:30. ¿A qué hora es el concierto? At what time is the concert? At 9:10 in the evening, a las 9:10 de la noche. Before we end this episode, I'll be leaving you with some exercises that you need to answer, and the answer is found at the end part of this video. Goodbye for now.